Hi, my name is Alison Niermann. I'm the CEO of Tilly Workforce Solutions and the creator of The Path Forward. In order to get to where I am today, I learned I had to first release and rise up to my purpose. At the beginning of a yoga session, the instructor asks each person to set an intention for the practice of the day. Sitting on my mat in my eucalyptus-infused space, I gently close my eyes, straighten my spine, focus on breathing, then I set an intention. I began focusing a lot on intention after my husband's heart attack. You see, the week after a beach vacation with our friends and our families, my husband woke me at 3 a.m, pointing to his chest and softly explaining that we needed to move fast. It was during the peak of COVID, and I was not allowed in. So I watched as the love of my life and best friend move through sliding glass doors and be quickly admitted. So then I returned to my car and waited for a doctor to call. Well, first I called my best friend, who thankfully answered because I'd never called her at 3:30 in the morning before. Shortly after that, the chief ER doctor had called and said that my husband was having a massive heart attack and they would do everything they could and try to keep me posted. Click, silence. Waiting alone in the breaking dawn is surprisingly still, quiet, and daunting. I've had a lot of scary moments in my life, but nothing prepares you for that moment. 100% blockage in the right artery. Over a dozen doctors informed us that he may have died if we had waited just moments longer. My husband sets intentions every day, whether he knows it or not. Every day, he wakes up and he announces that today is going to be a great day. Then he focuses on his goals, the actions, and how to achieve them. Then he does. He also clears the space in his head, heart, and life for anything that can fog or block that intention. We hear about it all the time, the power of intention, but it never really sunk in until I almost lost him and witnessed his approach to life. I believe intention is a choice. It is a decision to do something for a specific reason with a purpose behind the action. To clearly define and achieve an intention and be fully present, we must first release anything binding us to the past, weighing us down, and decreasing our clarity and strength to move forward. So, back on the mat and in a lot of therapy, I began to release. I inhaled, exhaled. I released the hurt of being sexually assaulted in a 4th grade classroom, later being told by a trusted adult that it was my fault because I should have known to fight back harder. I inhaled and exhaled, having a leading role on stage in front of 4,000 people at the age of 12. It was like the time of my life. Then, afterwards, being told that my talents meant nothing and my dream needed to end there. I released reading a text that said, "I can't believe she told me you're opening your own firm. Surely that can't be right. That's not something you're capable of doing." I released all the times I felt gaslit, unseen, silenced, and overlooked. And then I released what I called living in a 3-year valley, including my daughter breaking her skull, resulting in 6 surgeries, my husband and daughter being T-boned by another driver, resulting with 3rd-degree burns and a severe concussion, 5 family deaths, including 1 mental health, 3 school lockdowns, and my husband's heart attack. You know, it takes a lot of energy to carry around negative emotions and thoughts of the past and give someone or something so much power. When I carried all that around, it consumed the brain power I needed to give towards my intentions. Looping the past in your mind prevents you from living fully in the present. When I released emotional pain and freed my energy, I focused on what I wanted in my life moving forward. When I catch myself in doubt, I remind myself of 3 examples when I did not allow negativity in my way. The first is when my husband and I took our kids on one of our favorite hikes. The hike descends 1,000 feet down to a canyon where 2 rivers are low enough and calm enough that you can climb over these boulders and sit where the 2 rivers meet. It's truly magical, and you can feel the energy of nature and God. So it was time to take our kids. Our normal starting point was closed, and we were diverted. We had plenty of water, snacks, resources, and we started down. We soon learned that the map had not been updated. And each time we thought we were close, it said, 1 more mile, 1 more mile. Those 1 more miles ended up being about 5 extra miles. But we soon made it and got our kids to that magical spot. Then we headed back up that 1,000 feet, out of the canyon, across the hot path, and up steep switchbacks. Shortly into those switchbacks, my body decided it was no longer a hiker. It was a sitter-downer. I was once modest on the way down. Now I am just in a sports bra. Once afraid of the spiders and the snakes on the trail, I am sprawled out across the path. My athletic children decided to go ahead and sprint up the mountain to find some cold, fresh water for Mom. As I laid there, I envisioned myself on the news as the woman being rescued caged by some helicopter, or being on the news because I've just lost 3 teenagers in a mountain. But no, instead, I went step by step and made it up. And the second thing I like to remind myself of was that despite that 12-year-old moment, I did go on to be in several feature films. And then third, I opened up my own recruitment and workforce planning firm, which is now a very fast-growing company, partnering with companies nationwide. And we just got to help one of Canada's largest ag business launch their first U.S. office. Each of those I pursued relentlessly. It never occurred to me that I might not get what I want. I was not focused on the voices of doubt planted in my head. My intention was clear. And I learned that we must see what is possible as a reality in our mind. For me, breathing goes beyond simply inhaling and exhaling. It's one way God speaks to me. His whispers led me out of the valleys, back to a path of abundance, blessing, and gratitude. And he spoke clearly to me about where to focus my daily intentions with 4 words to remind me of the steps to take on my path: purpose, action, talent, and helping. So with your purpose, it's important to identify your purpose for each role in your life. Envision what you want in your career, life, and what you want your legacy to mean. I mean, we're all designed for a unique purpose. And then A, actions. What actions must you take each day to move closer to each purpose and the person you want to be? And then talents. You got to focus on your talents that were uniquely gifted to you to produce those actions and fulfill the purpose. And when the voices of doubt enter your head, refocus on what makes you unique. And helping. Make space to help someone along the way. For me, it's delivering career, workforce, and personal success. And that's the path: purpose, action, talent, and helping. When you release those chains of the past, it unleashes all of the possibilities of your future, and it allows you to be fully present today. This refreshed mindset gives us the power to set our journey instead of letting it guide us. It frees us to set our intentions, shine a light on others, and achieve the fulfillment we all deserve. So I ask each of you today to just inhale, exhale, release, and rise up.